All right, what's up, players? It's Warboss Tay up in this mug. We are gonna build some. And before I get started, I have to make sure I have a close eye on the clock because I do not have that much time. So I'm gonna set nobody, nobody here yet. That's quite all right. I'm gonna just be building these up, and I gotta make sure it is set at an angle where I can read in case for some reason I get some comments. Okay, so whenever I set up to build, I always have my sprues that I'm going to be working on. You got to have your instructions. Very important to have your instructions. And I got my clippers. I got my hobby knife. And I got... Hey, what's up? What's happening this mug? What's up, Nate's Miniatures? Glad to see you with me, hanging out. We're just going to be building some Spiky Boys. And I got my plastic glue. So let's do it. Let's hang out. Let's chill and build some of these Blood Warriors. I'm going to be building them up for a grand unboxing video. What up, what up? Yeah. 220402. Man, 3 people already? I got to start live streaming more at night. All the Spiky Boys. That's right, Nate's Miniatures. And let's see how I'm going to be able to do this. Because, like I said, I don't have much time to be hanging out, but I wanted to do a little bit of content. Don't know if you guys have been watching, but after the July painting challenge was over, I was just so revved up. The Lady Boss and I have been just posting some ridiculous stuff on my channel. And I posted up our first ever episode of the podcast, the Warboss Tape podcast, on my Patreon for all of my patrons there. So if you are not a patron, I'd love to have you. You can subscribe for as little as $1 a month and have access to some more craziness there. All right, that's enough of my free plug. Let's build some Spiky Boys. A shout out to Rob Bear and the Spiky Bits team. So we got these, right? Our bases. I think I mentioned in my unboxing video, my plan is, because it looks more interesting, I'm going to be doing these punchy spiky fists, because I think if you've painted one axe, right, then you can probably paint another one not too bad. And I want to have some experience doing something a little bit different. So yeah, these spiky punchy fists are pretty cool to look at. I don't know, I've never painted or collected too much Khorne anything. I remember back in the day, I don't know if you guys were here for this, but I built and painted up some, oh yeah, Nate's Miniatures, they are very nicely detailed models. I built some Khorne World Eaters for 40K, and those were a lot of fun. They were not as new, they were like some older boxes, but they were plastic. They weren't as much fun. Oh, yeah, thank you. Woo! Thank you for that. Super chats are live. Thank you for reminding me. Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And yeah, I remember looking at these and thinking they could really do some nice looking World Eaters, Space Marines now, if they wanted to. When you look at these helmets, oh man, the detail on these faces is just fantastic. Thank you so much, Yaya. That's really cool. I really appreciate the super chat. Yeah, so we're just doing a Sunday night hangout, guys. Let me know in the chats what you're working on. We'll get to as much of these as I can. Hopefully I can build up at least some legs and torsos. I'll take you through my process of how I'm doing it, what my whole plan is, and then hopefully that can inform some of your hobby. And if not, then, you know, we're just hanging out. We're just talking story, and we're just have fun building some Spiky Boys. Thank you, Yaya. It was awesome having you around, and thank you again for the super chat. Okay, so let's start with the Chaos Champion. I just finished making a diorama for the channel, still in editing though. Right on, Nate. I want to get into more dioramas. I don't know if you guys saw the iron, the big iron video that the Lady Boss and I did. We realized as we were starting to film it that there is no terrain. I don't have any terrain. Hey, Dicey Guy! Good morning to you, my friend. And congratulations on all you're doing on your channel, buddy. You're doing some really, really great stuff. And as soon as I can spare any amount of time, I like to catch up with you, Play It Painted, all of your live streams and videos. No terrain, you need to fix that. I know, I do, Nate. I really, really do. I remember back in the day, Games Workshop was releasing those big terrain kits for Warhammer Fantasy. The Wizard's Tower. Yeah, you know, I remember the Wizard's Tower, and then there was the one that looked like an astrologer's tower attached to a building on a mountain. I absolutely love that one. That one, the graveyard, they came out with Games Workshop. You know, whatever, however else I feel about Games Workshop or anything, their terrain for Warhammer Fantasy especially was really great. In fact, you know what? Don't write anything in the chats for Jessica. Let me see if I can find some kits. I can't read anything in the chats because I'm recording off of my phone. But I had some 40K terrain that I have not been able to find anywhere that I thought was really cool. Okay. I thought I had it. Maybe I don't. I don't know if you guys remember, they came out with some orcs. Oh, can't hear me? Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now? You know what? Oh, hold on. Let me pop my Bluetooth back on. My Bluetooth. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Okay. I have my AirPods in, but I forgot that I had them. I forgot I had them in, and I turned off my Bluetooth for a minute. My production team. Production. This evening's going off the rails already. Igor, what is wrong with you? We're supposed to be doing a good production here. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm still remembering how all the buttons work. All right, let's see if air on, I think. Okay, here we go. Here we go. What was I talking about? Games Workshop came out with some orc terrain. Yeah, orc barricades. They look so cool. They're just like rows of terrain with orky barrels and glyphs and all sorts of stuff. I thought I had it out. I wanted to show everybody, but I guess I must have put it away. All right, I think maybe my whole thing for tonight is, because I'm not going to be able to work for that long, that maybe I'm just pretending that I'm going to be building these spiky boys and I don't get to any of them. I did end up buying the Warcry starter set that had some decent terrain. All right, yeah, I saw Blue Cloud Andrew was showing off his terrain set for the Warcry starter, and yeah, it did look really cool. They all look different, huh? Like stairways and walls and interesting line of sight blocking. Warcry starter set. Yeah, Dicey Guy, I've got this is all. I'm glad you're here, Dicey Guy, because all of this is for your shout out video. I don't have any Warcry miniatures, but I did have this little sneak preview, Khorne Bloodbound, and I know that the original Warcry starter set is has a bunch of Bloodbound guys. I don't. They're like the pit fighters or something. They reminded me a lot of these. So I saw this kit. I had it in my collection for a while, and I thought, this would be really great to build up for Dicey Guy for his shout out video. So this is what I'm doing for you, buddy. I'm really pleased, because otherwise I might not have ever gotten to it. It would have sat on my closet or on my rack of potential for forever. So let's get to building. All right. First thing you always want to do, follow the numbers. Follow the numbers. Chaos Champion, we're looking for number 1. Okie doke. Of course you're worthy, man. You're a legend. You are a legend. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys have seen it. I mentioned it earlier, but the Lady Boss and I, we just finished recording the podcast today. The podcast that I said I would get to forever ago, and I never did because we were always out of time, out of ideas. And I said today, you know what? Let's just do it like a. I had to head off and get this voiceover done, otherwise it'll never come out. All right, Nate, it was great talking to you, man. Best of luck with your videos, and yeah, thanks for popping in, dude. Right on, bro. Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome to see people that I haven't been in touch with. Yeah, so if you are a patron and you do listen to my podcast, then the whole idea, the concept of it is that I wanted to do it. We both kind of wanted it to sound like, in order to stand out from the other podcasts online, we said, like, why don't we do it like a talk show, like a '60s talk show, like the Tonight Show with uh, uh, Johnny Carson and stuff. So that's kind of how we had it in mind. It's almost like a variety show. So hopefully it came out well. The plan is to do it bi-weekly, once every other week, and we will see how that goes, because there's a lot of stuff coming down the pike for my studio, and I'm really excited to share it with all of you guys. So what this is a zip tie, or not zip tie, a twist tie. And some of you might have seen this. They use it to tie up snacks and all sorts of things. We have so many of these in Hawaii. Haven't seen much of them up here in the mainland. But if your glue ever gets stuck and you're using products with this long snout, it's like, how do you clean them out? I found you just take your hobby knife, scrape off the little rubber end here on the bit, or plastic end, and then you can clean out that stubborn hardened glue in the tube. Little hobby hot tip there. Yeah, we're super excited because we've been doing just some crazy stuff for the studio. The Lady Boss and I've been playing music and singing and recording. Everything you hear, my plastic glue needle never gets stuck. Nice. Nice, Dicey. Everything you hear on our music videos, in our videos, that's all us. I just record like track after track after track of me playing the ukulele or the guitar, and the lead bass playing the piano, and then just recording over and over, us singing different melody lines. And it's kind of rough because neither of us are recording engineers or people, but it's fun to do, and it came out pretty good. Sometimes I listen to that Big Iron song that we recorded, and I just think, like, oh, this was fun. It's never gonna we're not gonna get signed to any record deals anytime soon, but it was a lot of fun to do. All right, 95 and 40. Building up some Spiky boys. We were getting the gang out, Igor and Commissar Bain and Lewis, and my lady boss is like, do you have any plans for bringing them back, or are you just going to start throwing them in videos again? And I said, I don't know. I don't have anything planned. And so it just kind of was born out of 95, out of just wanting to do something special. They've been locked away for so long, and I'm not going to really get into it, but when I lost my mojo, my mojo was no longer pumping, as you might say. Uh, it was kind of hard to get rid of my guys, or just to not have the motivation to take them out and make videos, and it's kind of sad. I mean, I'm not gonna get into like anything too heavy here on this live stream, but yeah, it was a bummer because sometimes I would look at them sitting in the little plastic case, and I'd be like, I don't have any motivation to do anything, to make the silly voices or to do anything. And moving into this new place was a real game changer. It really was able to turn things around, and really glad I'm here. So it was a positive change, and it needed to happen. And yeah, everything seems to be working again. All the things I wanted to do on my Patreon, they are starting to come back together, and it's really exciting. So this is me being real, turning off the whole War Boss tape persona. But is that his head? Oops, had his torso completely upside down. Being back in the hobby, doing more hobby stuff has been really helpful for me. That is, like, sometimes you need to change things up, like you have done now. That's right, Dicey. Yeah, sometimes change is hard, and it can be good, it can be bad, depending on how you're able to adjust and roll with it. Back when I was in Hawaii, I learned how to surf like most of us do, and for a long time, I was really bad at it because when I would wipe out on the wave, I would fight the current the wrong way. The ocean is so powerful, and I always felt like you had to swim uh, the way that you got wiped out, right, off of your surfboard. So I'd be swimming up, and the ocean is pushing me down, and yeah. Then one day I just said like I'm gonna let the ocean carry me with getting wiped out, and then as soon as the ocean passes, and the like, I'm not panicked anymore. The momentum is going up. Fight the currents. That's right. Fight the currents. What's up, West Side? Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in forever. Uh, yeah. You when you learn to not um when you learn which way is the best way to deal with the things that are fighting you, you don't want to just thug life. You don't want to just keep fighting insurmountable odds if there's no chance of you coming out on the other end, right? Like when I was in my little one bedroom apartment with my lady boss, it was like it was hard to stay motivated and positive about the hobby when when everything seemed to be going against us. And then when we started looking for other places and other avenues to regain the lifestyle that we wanted, then it was like so easy. Once we found it was such a clear path. It was like, yeah, just roll with it. That let that wave that kept knocking us over carry us to the point where we could just like dive up through it, burst out the other end like glorious mermaids and mermen, then Ethel Merman. There's no business of I'm sorry, I'm on a tangent, you guys. I'm trying to do like three different things at once. I realize now it must be hard to be like a live streamer. I'm happy that you guys found your feet. Ah, thanks, brother. Um, I'm happy we found it too, you know? I'm back doing YouTube. I'm doing Discord, which I never thought I would really get into. I've got my Patreon popping again. I'm just loving being back in the hobby. And you know what's really cool? I'm seeing a lot of guys now doing stuff on YouTube that back in the day when I was first getting into the whole YouTube community thing, it was like crazy to think that there could be regular guys like me, like you, just regular guys that could be posting content and could be editing videos. And then remember when YouTube came out with YouTube, what was it, Capture? It was their like straight to YouTube app where you could film on the app. It would go straight to YouTube, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. But now YouTube makes it just so easy to film on your phone. You don't have to have your DSLR camera all set up and everything that you used to have when we first started. It's a lot more accessible to be a YouTuber in the hobby. And I was watching Play It Painted stream earlier tonight while I was walking my dog, and he was talking about getting new people into the hobby, people who are interested in the hobby. The best videos are edited. Yes, you're right, Westside. The best videos are edited. If you take the time and you have the whole setup, you have like a monitor in front of you, you've got your DSLR camera, you've got like the correct lighting, the places where they need to be, then you can come up with some of my old, I don't know if you remember some of my old tutorials, but I would really be into trying to edit the sound levels and edit all of the clips so that they were like a consistent look and feel to them. They were always at the correct angle that I wanted them to be in. Sometimes I would have the camera set up so that I could see whenever my model was out of focus. And I know I was really terrible at this. I'm not gonna blame Igor. This was my fault for not checking that the models were in focus and fixing the. Sometimes I would have to go in and fix the focus on the lens itself. Do you see the transformation Luke's APS went through in a space of 3 years? That's spectacular. Yeah, I just seeing what some people have been doing since I've been out of the hobby and getting back into it, it's amazing. Like Dicey Guy's channel is the perfect example I like to talk about because I remember when he first started, he'd be filming. Remember Dicey Guy would watch your videos and thinking like this is just a regular guy in his like filming himself. And was it you or somebody else that filmed resting the phone on the Lego, built like a tower of Legos, and then um, I remember, gosh, I remember that challenge like so clearly. So if I really think about it, um, but yeah, the amount of growth I've seen in this hobby is just really fun. I think Mel, the Terminator, did a lot of stuff with Lego 4 years ago. Oh, the Terrain Tutor. Yeah. I saw some really good orc stuff too that you could do with Legos. Okay, so I was so set on doing these guys with the Gore Fist just because they're different. But now that I'm at it, two Gore axes would be pretty cool. two axes, two axes would be pretty cool. Oh, I don't know. I'm so at odds. Two axes would be pretty cool. You know what? It doesn't matter. Whatever I choose, if I choose an axe and a Gore Fist or two axes, it's gonna be pretty cool either way. So let's let's roll some dice. I always like to leave things up to chance whenever I'm making an important decision. Unless there's something really in game that would be better. Oh, you know what though? Since I'm going to be doing these guys for tutorials, maybe I should just stick with the Gore Fist because if I'm painting, yeah, you know what? Okay, I was going to roll a dice to decide if I was going to build these guys up as Gore Fists or Gore Axes, but since I'm going to be painting them up in a tutorial, painting up one axe is just as good as painting up two, and then people out there might want to learn how to paint up a Gore Fist. So that's what I'm going to go with. What is this, 2F? I don't even know like which is better in the game. Game rules are always changing, and I just can't keep up. New editions coming out, and everything. Why is it's kind of interesting? Why is this labeled 2F? I have to look at the parts. Does this have anything to do with it? Oh, okay. 2F means basically look. Axe is better if playing Gore Tribe. Oh, thanks, Mark Williams. Yeah, you know, I think they do look a little bit better too because they make the aesthetic of the model from a table away will look better with two symmetrical axes. But just for funsies and to build them up and to paint them just for different to give people an option, I'll just say if you want to paint the second Gore axe, paint it like the first one. This is how you paint a Gore Fist. I hate going against like the cooler looking thing, but that's okay. We'll go with this. Okay, so 82 and 62. Let's go with that. He's got a pretty cool looking shoulder blade. Thanks for the tip because you know I don't really know the rules at all or follow the rules. So anytime I learn something that would be more advantageous in the game, it's always helpful. Okay, 62. There, I see that shoulder pad, and then 82. All I want to do is get through this. I promised my lady boss that I wouldn't be out here for longer than a half hour. So we're going to go as far as we can. And once again, thanks all you guys for joining me. I've had six other people in here at one time tonight, and that was really cool for an impromptu last minute video like this. 7 now. Woohoo! 7 people watching me build up this Spiky boy. I can't do it every time I say Spiky boy now. I think of Spiky Bits videos. Spiky boys. 82. Killing the game. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you, Westside. 82. 82. Yeah, the lady boss and I had so much fun recording that big iron video. I remember when I was playing Fallout New Vegas for the first time. Oh, so much fun. Gorefist based on the Reaver bodies. Spiky boys. Yep. So Westside, these I'm not sure really what question you're asking, but this is for the Blood Warriors kit. If you're talking about the Blood Reavers, I think is Model kit. Oh no, that's my alarm. Okay, guys, the alarm is ringing. It's last call. So looks like I didn't get. I was planning to do 10 guys in the span of half an hour. What was I thinking? I was like, I'll just whip through them really fast. The body's a little bit different. Yeah, they're a little bit more armored. I think what you're talking about, the Blood Reavers, are these guys, right? No, Skull Reaper. Oh, these guys. Okay, this is the one you're talking about. Yeah, yeah, these guys are a little bit more. Are these the ones that come in the core set? Yeah. All right, you guys were awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out. Let's bring out the uh bring out the gang to say goodnight. Sweet dreams, everybody. We hope you have a very nice evening. You bought 100 on a sprue? Holy moly! And thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next one. Yeah, Chaos Cultists. You could do a lot of good. 100 models on table is just amazing. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. It's been a while since I've done a Sean Connery voice. All right, it was great talking to you guys. Have a great night, and we'll see you in the next